Welcome back. Today we're going to make a little bit of bean dip because this is a layered dip and I do serve it hot. So it'll be cheese, chili sauce, and beans, and a relish on the top, sour cream, and guacamole all in one pan served hot. And the best thing to eat with refried beans is flour tortillas. So we will be frying up some flour tortillas so you can dip with them. So we're going to do that too. But the first thing I'm going to do is put together a little relish. This is the relish that goes on the top. So it's almost kind of like a very chunky pico, if you want to say that. So I've got several things here. I got some chunky tomatoes. I've got some cilantro, and that's about two Roma tomatoes. I've got some green onions. I've got some cut up jalapenos that I've diced, and they have been seeded. And then I've got, of course, black olives that goes to our little relish here. And then we're going to salt this. I'm going to add a dab of garlic that I've already pressed. It's ready to go. And we're just going to put a little teaspoon in here, not much. Save some more. So freshly pressed garlic. And that's going in. And then a little bit of salt and lime. And we're going to let this sit, and then it'll be on the very top along with our sour cream and our guacamole. There it is. So there's our lime, and it's going in. And this just gives it a chance to all marinate together, to do it ahead of time, and then set it aside. So that's it. You can see there what we got going on. So nice little chunky pico. Now the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and cut these tortillas so we can fry them. And I'm just going to grab a pinch knife right here. And we're going to go just like a pie, straight down the middle. And then I'm going to turn my oil on, get it hot. And I don't know if we really need all of these, so I might just fry half of these for demonstration purposes. And we're going to put them in the bowl and salt them and have them ready to go for when our dip is ready. So there we go. I'm going to move to the stove and I'll be right back.
So here we have our hot oil, and I have it in a deep pot so it won't splatter. And I'm dropping the tortillas in, and you can see the oil is bubbling around them. So they're frying, and they will fry very quickly, and then they will turn more firm until they get crispy. Then they'll also toast, and this probably takes a whole minute to 2 minutes at the most. And then we put them in the bowl and we salt them, and I do use the coarse kosher salt for this. So they're very yummy and they're perfect for hot bean dip. So we're getting started with our beans now. I have a nice heavy cast iron skillet, and I have added enough bacon fat to go across the bottom, and I started sauteing about a half of the white onion. Now I'm going to add in the pressed garlic, and that's one large garlic clove. You can put as much as you like. And we're just going to saute this around the skillet for about a minute or two until it gets a little bit soft. They will also continue to cook once I add the beans as well. So we're going to allow this to go for a minute, and here we're adding our beans. Now these have been pre-cooked, and I'm using my spider to drain them, so I'm only getting the beans and not the bean juice. So we'll add about, I think that's probably 2 to 3 cups of beans. And then, since we're not using the juice, we will be using our chili stock. This is the stock that we used when we made our chili sauce last week, and we saved the stock back. And now I'm going to add in approximately a cup, a little more, a little less, whatever you think you need when you're frying and you're mashing your beans. So I just use a traditional potato masher, and I start mashing the beans and mixing it with the bacon fat, the onion, the garlic, the chili stock. So that will give me my flavors that I want to blend together. And I really think the chili stock does add a lot of flavor to the beans. So you can see how I've got them all mashed here, and they are simmering away in the skillet. So that is exactly what we want. You can make them thinner or thicker. Now, if I was serving these for dinner with some beans and rice and whatever I'm serving, I might want them a little thinner. But for bean dip, I do like a higher texture and a little bit chunky. And this is also where you want to taste your beans for salt and pepper and add any extra that you think you may need in there at this point. Fresh ground black pepper in my beans, so I do add quite a bit. And if you want to add some cayenne, this would be the time to do it as well. The chili sauce that we're going to add is our chili sauce we made for last week, our red chili sauce. And it is smoky and it is spicy, but it does not have a lot of heat to it. So if you want to have more heat, then I suggest you add the cayenne pepper at that point. Now we're going to take our chili sauce. It's about 1.5 cups, 2 cups. It's whatever you want. And we're just going to drizzle it right across the top. And we're going to cover it really well with the chili sauce all over. There you go. Now we're going to add some little bit of bacon bits I had left from breakfast. So I went ahead and chopped them up, and we're going to add those in. An alternative, or in addition to, would be taco meat. It's just some ground up taco meat. And we're going to cover the whole thing with a good layer of cheese. And this is sharp cheddar cheese, freshly grated. And we're going to put a good layer of this all over. We want to coat it well. When you get that, now we'll add a second layer of cheese. And this is our Monterey pepper jack. It's such good meltability to it that we really like it. So there's some pepper jack as well. And now it's ready to go into the oven. And this is a 400-degree oven, very hot. And we're going to leave it in there until the cheese melts.
Oh my gosh, it smells so good, so cheesy. This is wonderful. So this is hot, the skillet's hot, and by the time it gets in there, the handles will be okay. I'll set this on a pad on the table. I have one ready somewhere around here, and they can just come have at it. But we gotta decorate it a little bit. So here's our little relish we made, and I'm just gonna sprinkle this all over the top, and spread it around a little bit. I guess I could have made a little more, and you can add more if you want. But I think there's enough to go. Spread it out. Now the next thing that goes on, of course, we gotta have every little green onion mix. We got to have some sour cream. And I'm just gonna put some big dollop right in the middle, like so. I think that finishes that off. There we go. So I don't even try to spread it and cover it because it's really about the cheese and the beans. And then I have my guacamole. And I had to get some store-bought guacamole because our avocados were too hard. I wouldn't be able to wait it out. So I just got a big one, and I'm going to put some big dollops on there of guacamole all around. And those non-guacamole eaters can pick out around it. And there we go. And this bean dip is ready. So I think we need somebody to come taste it. Okay, bean dip's ready. Oh yeah! There you are.
That's great.
See, why don't you just double shut it in? There you go. Oh yeah. Hot.
Everything on there. Oh, good.
Is that good? All right. My turn. Ooh, look at that cheese right there. I think I'm gonna get some sour cream too. And I'm gonna Okay, how many layers did we end up with? Beans, chili sauce, bacon, 2 types of cheese. Does that count as 2 or is that 1 layer of cheese? Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3. Our chunky pico, 4. Sour cream, 5. And guacamole, 6. So there you go, 6 layer. We could make it 7 if you add the other cheese, but I think it's good just like it is. Hot bean dip, ready to go. Great for football, great anytime. See you next week. You can do this.